How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Terrible Tears. I am your host, Nathaniel, and joining me today is Ben and Connor.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Today we are ranking horror characters with how likely it is that they believe in Santa Claus.
Alright, and to get started, we have Chucky, the doll from Chucky. I would probably put him in doesn't believe in Santa, gonna be honest. I can think of some good arguments for the rest of these characters on why they might believe in Santa Claus, but Chucky is, I believe, a 40-something-year-old gangster.
Correct, yes.
And controlling of the body of a doll. That guy, he's super cynical. He hates everything. There's no way he believes in Santa. He probably hates Christmas.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you 90% of the way. The only thing that I would say is he did use like a cult ritual, like magic, to put himself into the doll, right? Okay. So I feel like he obviously knows that some amount of magic is real. So is it so far-fetched to say that he maybe, potentially could believe in Santa Claus? You know what I mean? So because of that, I want to put him here, just because he lives in a universe where magic is real.
Perhaps. I would say he might believe in the existence of Santa Claus, but he doesn't believe in Santa on a personal level, you know? Like, he doesn't believe... whatever.
I might lean a bit towards he actually knows perfectly well that Santa exists and maybe knows him on a personal level, but he probably just hates him so much that he refuses to actually acknowledge his existence. For all we know, like, yeah, sure, he had some cultic ritual that put his body into the doll. Maybe it was just actually Santa bringing a doll to life, and that's Chucky.
Maybe so.
My complete, like...
Santa is one of the cultists.
I have very profound knowledge when it comes to, like, horror characters and their backstories.
Naturally, right.
Yes. So I know a bunch about this dude. I mean...
So are you saying he's there or down below?
I think he believes in Santa for sure, but he 100% denies it and refuses to actually admit it.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to believe in Santa, but, like, he can't deny it. So... That's my personal take.
I think we leave him and probably doesn't believe in Santa then.
All right. We can put him there for now.
Okay, maybe we'll come back to him.
Yep.
All right, next up we have Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. Again, interesting because like 30, 40-something-year-old man, right? Similar deal to Chucky. 30, 40-something-year-old man put in the body of basically a doll. I mean, animatronic, right? Again, lives in a universe where some amount of magic is real. You have like Remnant, which isn't really magic, but there's like
soul,
spirits.
That's soul power.
Right.
That's not really magic.
Yeah.
Souls exist.
I do think it's less of like magic. So there's that, and also like Springtrap is, I don't know, like he's just a terrible guy. I don't see him believing in anything. I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't know if we can necessarily use the logic terrible guy means
that's
they
true.
don't believe in
That
Santa,
is true.
because if we look at our list of people down here at the bottom,
mostly
they're all
guys,
terrible guys. So
yeah,
I don't
true.
think that's a valid argument that we can use in this situation.
Yeah, that's fair. I think more so it's like he's the kind of guy that would be like, there is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
Too soon,
Right.
man. Too soon.
What?
Too soon. Okay. We can leave him there, but he's definitely below Chucky.
Like,
yeah, I agree.
I just don't feel like there's much argument for either way, actually. Like, I don't feel like there's enough evidence that we could just, like, necessarily definitively say either way.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Fair enough.
All right, so coming up, we got Jack Torrance from The Shining. He is the guy who famously says, "Here's Johnny." So, I'll be honest, I don't know much about this guy. You know, I kind of, when I was in college for horror character backgrounds and
Because that happened.
Yeah.
You got your bachelor's.
I fell asleep when we were doing this unit on Jack, so I don't know much about him. I do see that he is wearing some flannel there. Flannel gives off Christmassy vibes. Obviously, Santa wears a lot of flannel. So, and it's red too. It's a darker red, but for all we know, maybe he's just modeling himself after the big guy. So, I think you could probably say, he probably believes in Santa. Like, he's always smiling, nice, happy guy. You know.
True.
He wields an axe. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but like axes give off Christmassy vibes, you know, cutting wood and yeah.
I think he's clinically insane, so
yeah,
might as well.
Yeah, just like Santa.
I know like so little about. I've never seen The Shining. It's like one of the only like big horror movies I've never seen, and I just think that he looks like an idiot. He looks like he still believes in Santa.
He's got that receding hairline.
All right. Sure. Why you gotta do my boy like that?
Yeah, he looks like he's straight out of Home Alone, if we're being honest. So I think that's a valid argument in his case.
All right. Next up, we have Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger is an interesting one because I don't really know what his origin is, but I believe it like usually revolves around the time of Christmas. I at least get that vibe from his Dead by Daylight maps.
Some of the movies take place in the winter. The thing about Freddy is that he is the child of I don't know how much of this can go into the YouTube video. Basically, I can't even say what happened for Freddy.
All right, cut that all out.
Yeah, cut that all out. That's his power is directly tied to like hell and Satan and stuff. And so I don't know. I feel like Santa Claus comes from Saint Nicholas. That's a Christian figure, right?
I mean, it's just two letters swapped, like Satan, Santa. You just swap the two letters.
It's true.
Same guy.
There's a Jack Black movie about that.
Right, and if I may, his last name is Krueger, obviously.
True.
When I was a kid, I grew up. There was a Christmas movie called like Mr. Krueger's Christmas.
Yes,
For all we know, it could be the same dude.
The same dude.
Yeah, it was about some old wrinkly dude. I mean, he looks old and wrinkly. I think it's the exact same dude. So I think that Freddy Krueger goes and believes in Santa.
Yeah, I would say probably Lowe believes in Santa, but I would say he believes in Santa. Yeah, I would think so. Okay, next up we have Ghostface. Now the thing about Ghostface is that there's never just one, right? There's always a bunch of them. Sometimes they're really smart, sometimes they're kind of idiots. Like, it depends. It varies a lot, you know?
Like Bigfoot.
Yes.
Sure.
Exactly.
So I think that probably most Ghostfaces probably don't believe in Santa Claus. They're just guys. But some of them probably do a little. I don't know. I feel like statistically, because of how many there are, you got to put them in low probably doesn't believe.
That's fair. The originals were high schoolers, and
that's true. Honestly, maybe I would say high probably doesn't believe.
I mean, I don't know, but they were like obnoxious teenage boy high schoolers that I feel like they would make a point to not believe in Santa Claus.
That's true.
Just
okay.
On principle.
That's fair. We'll put him below Chucky then. Okay, next up we've got Hannibal Lecter.
So he is from, was it Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know much about this dude either besides, like, he skinned people. Would they skin him alive? Or would we just skin him after he killed him? He skinned people. That's not very nice.
Yeah.
That's true.
Definitely.
They call him Hannibal the Cannibal.
That is true.
Yeah. He was a psychologist.
Interesting. So, I feel like a psychologist is the type of guy who's not likely to believe in Santa. Obviously, they're very logical, like, well-sounded people. Obviously, in his case, he wasn't so sound, especially mentally. But I definitely think that a psychologist is not very likely to believe in Santa or the magic of Christmas.
I agree. I think pretty much 0% chance he believes in Santa Claus.
Connor, anything to add?
On that guy, I got nothing.
Cool.
As for Pennywise, though, this is an interesting case because Pennywise is like the antithesis of Santa.
It's true.
Like the exact opposite. Pennywise is a supernatural entity that gains its power feeding off the fear, mostly of children. And so I would put him at probably believes in Santa Claus. Just really hates the guy.
I would agree, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I think
I feel like that checks out.
I definitely think that checks out because if we can have a being like Pennywise who exists, then like 100% Santa can exist. And who's to say they don't know each other in like the same universe? I'd almost go as far as to say that he does believe in Santa.
I would put him just in high probably believes. I don't think there's any. So in It canon, Pennywise is basically a space god. So I would think that he may have enough omniscience to know that there's no Santa Claus, but that's dicey. I think it's more likely that he probably just believes in Santa Claus.
Or he has enough omniscience to know that Santa Claus is real.
It's true. Santa Claus might just be real in a universe. Who knows? That place is weird. I want to put him just in high probability beliefs. Not enough evidence to say that he is like more likely to believe. You know what I mean?
I'm happy with that spot.
I think it's fair. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have the Xenomorph. 0% chance. That's a big lizard from space. It doesn't even know what Santa Claus is.
Yeah, it's an alien. Like, I mean, unless they have like Santa Claus wherever they're from, like Xenomorph version, But in that case, it's not even the same Santa Claus.
It's not, no.
So, yeah, I think it's very unlikely. Unless they somehow became educated in, like, Earth lore, then I think it's highly unlikely. So I think does not believe in Santa Claus.
I would agree with that. All right, next up we got the Jigsaw, John Kramer.
And with John Kramer, he is probably also going to go in doesn't believe in Santa. Yeah. John is a man with very strange morals, and he believes that the world is immoral and that pretty much the bad guys get away with it every time. I don't think he believes that there's good in the world, let alone Santa Claus.
I agree. Okay, next up we got Jason Voorhees, the man from Crystal Lake. What do you think about Jason, Ben?
You know, I remember doing a whole unit about this guy back in college. Like, I wrote a paper about him. I know he's from Crystal Lake.
Right.
I know he wears a mask, a hockey mask. By the way, I didn't know that they actually used to wear hockey masks like those. I thought it was always just a thing from horror movie, and they just called it a hockey mask. I didn't realize that it was actually, that's what old school hockey masks look like. So I was always confused by that.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, so Jason, yeah, I really don't know. I mean, like, after doing my whole research paper on him, I just don't have much to go on to say that he would believe in Santa. Like,
okay.
All right. Let me help you out a little bit then. So the thing about Jason is that he died as a child. And he was resurrected by the angry spirit of his mother, who was murdered by camp counselors at Camp Crystal Lake. And then he came back like 30 years later after, growing somehow. And starts murdering people, right? So he basically has the mind of a child, which is why I want to put him in probably believes in Santa.
That would make sense, yeah.
That's not probably believes in Santa.
That is believes in Santa for sure. That is what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Just making sure. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to say pretty cut and dry. Like, yeah. And the other thing is his mom is very actually motherly towards him. It's a weird dynamic, but she's like, "Oh, Jason, I love you so much. Now go stab some children." So she would definitely tell him that Santa Claus is real, and he would believe her. So I honestly want to put him at top of believes in Santa.
Got no arguments there.
All right, next up we've got Bubba the Leatherface.
From Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Indeed.
All right, and as Leatherface is one of the horror movie killers I know least about on this list, I'm gonna put him at probably doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Maybe just straight up doesn't believe in Santa Claus, because as far as I know, he's just kind of a guy from a family of cannibals, and just insane people, entirely a crazy family. And they eat people.
They do. I want to raise you that Bubba is actually somewhat similar to Jason in of that he's very childlike minded, where in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Bubba especially, but most of the family are essentially childlike and just adhere to the orders of the parents, basically.
Like the patriarchy, kind of.
Right, yeah. Like Grandpappy or whatever they call him, the old guy in the chair. And so I actually want to put Bubba in low probably believes. Like, I imagine he's heard about Santa Claus and just has no reason to believe that it's not true. Probably just hasn't put any thought into it.
But do his parents tell him about Santa Claus?
See, here's what I think. I think it probably doesn't come up much, but I think he's heard of Santa Claus, I don't know. I imagine they celebrate Christmas. Like, hang a flesh sock over the camp, hang a flesh sock over the fireplace and put some heads in it, Like, a new skin mask. I think he believes, honestly. I think he does, but I'm willing to put him in probably believes. Maybe, like, here.
I think that's valid.
Okay, next up, we've got Michael Myers.
Yes, from the Halloween series.
Yes, indeed.
The guy who literally gets shot and stabbed and falls off a balcony and then dies in every movie and then somehow comes back for the sequel.
Right.
This man is the epitome of a cash grab.
Yeah, definitely. I want to put him in believes in Santa for sure, because similar case to Bubba, but just with stronger evidence of he is very, in a lot of ways, child-minded. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, he was in
He
an insane
was
asylum.
in an insane asylum from the time he's like 6, after he stabs his sister to death, right? And I just don't see anyone ever telling him at any point that Santa's not real. And so, like, maybe, I don't know, I'd be willing to drop him to top of probably, but I feel like he just probably just believes Santa's real.
Right, like if he's in an insane asylum from when he was a kid, obviously I think whether or not he believes in Santa is like the last thing that like the nurses are gonna tell him is like right or
Exactly.
incorrect, when obviously he stabbed his sister. So yeah, no one's really gonna correct him on that. He still probably has that kid mindset and is insane. So I would very much like to believe that not Jason.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael believes in Santa.
Yeah.
I'd put him above Freddy.
Seriously.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Next up, we've got Sadako Yamamura.
Or Samara.
Ah.
And this one is a movie I have seen.
Yeah,
a
we
number
watched
of
this one
times,
together.
Actually.
Yeah.
She is also going to go into believes
Oh,
in
yeah,
Santa.
100%.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I mean, I would say
Probably the
top.
most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
She
Because
is
magic
still a
exists in her
kid.
universe. She is literally still a kid. Like, not even just kid
yeah,
minded.
she wasn't just like old. No, she hasn't been a kid. I don't even know what I'm saying, but she believed in Santa.
I know
for
what you're
sure.
saying. I'm with you. I get you.
I don't really see any argument for it now.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess my only argument you could possibly make is because she is Asian, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so I definitely like the Christmas culture is not as strongly practiced in Asia as it is in like the West, like in North America or Europe. So you can make an argument that, you know, if she's from where some part of like, you know, Asia, like they don't teach about Santa or
That's
like
fair, that's
Christmas
fair.
or stuff, and so maybe she didn't grow up knowing it or like as a thing at all. So it's
That's a really good
possible
point,
that
actually.
she just never heard of Santa.
I would think she would, but I'm willing to drop her below Jason.
Yeah, her Samara version definitely.
Definitely, Sadako, yeah,
is less
that's true.
for sure.
All right, last guy on the list, and I feel like this is an easy one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Super obvious.
Jack Skellington.
Not a chance.
No
Does
way.
not believe it.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
absolutely not. Otherwise, why would he have tried to do his own thing for Christmas?
He lives in Halloween Town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's-
exactly.
From Halloween Town, like everything they celebrate there is Halloween themed, not Christmas themed.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like, why would there be a whole movie about him putting on a Christmas celebration and like giving people stuff if he thought Santa was real? Like, he would have just let Santa cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
Yep.
Yep.
Like if Santa was real, he wouldn't have to go and do Santa's job for him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right, so that'll do it for this tier list. Let us know what you guys thought down in the comments, and if anyone has any suggestions for tier lists they'd like to see us do in the future, let us know, and hey, maybe we'll do them. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.